So these are PSB, so it has a titanium, I believe a titanium dome tweeter that's ferrofluid cooled with a waveguide. I normally hate the sound of metal domes.
It has a wave.
What are you smiling about over there?
I just love his technical knowledge. He loves speakers. I mean, you can tell the man's been in love with speakers since he was in high school or something. He talks about speakers the way a lot of men talk about their wives.
I like speakers.
I know you do. It's good though. You're helping everybody else out.
All right, people. It's not good. The speakers are too big, but this ain't it. Today's the day. We're gonna start to put the stuff together. The only problem is I have 47 freaking meetings, so I'm gonna get interrupted 12 times in this process. But this is the home theater setup. These are all the boxes. Very, very simple, very basic. I talked them into doing something like this. You know, Adam Collette are more of a soundbar TV kind of people. But I think that I know that Adam will really appreciate this when it's all said and done, when it's all set up. And so my initial thought when we set this thing up and designed it, and Laurel decided she wanted to do a floating shelf, was, you know, I'd do some big old, you know, Evoke, some Dynaudio floor standing speakers, a couple subwoofers, center channel underneath. That was vetoed by all parties. You know, so we're going to do a unique setup, unique for me anyway, in that we can't do in walls because this is a block wall. So we have to do on walls. And so to stick it to all them, I said, well, if we're going to do on walls, I'm basically going to put a floor standing speaker on the wall. So we have a pancake style, a flat on wall type speaker. I think is going to look really, really freaking cool. As you can tell, there's a lot of echo in here. We're not doing acoustic treatments. This is not a home theater. This is a family room sound system, we'll call it that, with home theater tendencies. We're going to have a bunch of furniture and carpet and rugs and throw rugs and things like that that'll help soften this area up. We'll also do some direct calibration as well. So anyway, what we're doing here, single source, Apple TV 4K. I love the interface. I love everything's connected. So the setup of the Apple TV 4K takes 30 seconds. Quality is pretty freaking fantastic. I'm not storing anything on it, so the 32 gigabyte version is fine. So this is our main source. Then we have this guy. I am in love with this stuff. The magic I found, and I was really not excited about this. They use Class D amplification. So NAD is one of the first, if not the first, to really invest in Class D architecture. Class D was always cheap, simple, basic. I bought the NAD stuff because I could and tested it. I'm like, holy crap, this stuff is freaking amazing. And the magic of this thing, this T778, you're gonna see it's this tiny little receiver, it doesn't weigh a lot, classified as 80 watts per channel, something small. You would think at first glance, this isn't gonna work. So I put one of these puppies in my home theater in Helen with the pretty power-hungry Dynaudio Evokes, and it just rips. And it looks beautiful. I'll show you how we're gonna set this up. So T778, it'll also connect BlueOS architecture throughout the rest of the house. Stay tuned for more videos when I get the whole BlueOS thing set up in here. And so I have this guy plugged into the TV, and then the TV plugged into this guy. And that's it. And then this guy is gonna power left, center, right, left and right rear. That'll be on wall there. We're having to make some sacrifices. There's nowhere to put speakers in this room, and so we've got reasonable symmetry. And then I've got two subwoofers. I'm gonna have a subwoofer on the left and the right. Small little 9-inch subwoofers, and we've got ourselves a system. Really simple. So I have two HDMI wires, 3 power plugs, and that's it. Some speaker wire. Really, really basic, really, really simple, and it's gonna frickin' rip. And then we got this guy, 83-inch LG OLED. Sony's probably better, but LG has two basic models that you would consider, the C3 and the G3. And of course, wait till the last minute to buy TVs. So I bought this a month and a half ago. $49.99. Guess what it is today? $37.99. And they don't do the price matching, especially on TV. Best Buy doesn't do that anymore. I wanted the G3. Remember, Adam and Colette, they're not me. They're not you when it comes to this stuff. This isn't their bag. I'm talking them into this to put this project together. I know they're going to enjoy it. I know they're going to love it. But the G3 is what, $1,500 more. The difference after we have this ISF calibrated, my friend John Reformato is coming down. I'm going to turn the TV on, leave it on for a week, get 100 or so hours on it, and he's going to come and ISF calibrate it, and we'll show you that in the series as well. So anyway, enough talking. Mike and I are going to start installing. A little different than any system I've ever done, and hopefully enjoy it. All right, so this is how I think about this stuff. What I generally do, I did this months ago when we first came here and took all that stuff out. But I don't know, this is how I process things. So I just start writing stuff down. I used to do this in high school. I would sit there and dream, like, man, if I could put together this stereo and I do this combination, then I'd draw a line and I would just sort of write down what's the next combination, what would I do? Of course, I didn't have the money to buy any of that stuff, and then I would build, I always start at the top. Like, what's the most expensive thing I can put together? And this is how I lived my childhood. I'm a freaking crazy person. I'm sure there's a few of you that used to do this stuff. So anyway, I did this with this system. I sat in this room here, I set up a chair, and I said, okay, I know that they picked a floating shelf. What would I do? I knew I couldn't do floor standing, so what's the best option within the parameters of the brands that I have access to? HDMI cables, XLR cables, XLR adapters, the PWM3s, which are the fronts, the rears, and then the sub. And we actually, the way they had this rear speaker set up in the room, they had one here and one here, but that's when the TV was cornered. And so we took this wire and moved it to here, and then made this the right speaker instead of the left. And then I set up the left rear over here, so we actually cut the drywall and ran it to there. That's about the extent of what I could do, and that's going to be the best setup because the TV and the couch is going to be right here, center, left, right, left and right and left rear, and then the two subwoofers. And so then I start drawing it out, and that's when I did my scribble, drawing out all the different cables that I need and everything. I don't know, this is just how I think about stuff. The one thing I wasn't sure of, and I'm wishing I knew, we didn't have this spec'd out yet. And so we're putting the receiver on the top. What I could have done is ventilated this, but I wasn't sure how deep it was going to be. I wasn't sure if the receiver would fit. We don't have any room behind it because it's mounted to the wall. So you'll see, it's going to look good. So my two components will be actually exposed, and that's going to make some of you angry. I don't give a crap what you think. It's going to look great. So I'm just prefacing that before we get started in this, and that you can see where the 778 is going to sit. It is nice. I won't have to open up any cabinets to see what's going on, and it's going to be good. Just trust me. Trust me. Never trust anybody who says trust me. But trust me anyway. So I wanted to do PWM2s. Height of the left and right is going to be a little bigger than the TV. I wanted the 2s because the 2s would have fit inside of the TV. They didn't have them, and they weren't going to get them. They were on back order for several months. So we're doing the big boys. Now with home theater, this is the bracket. And any electronic, and we can go back to our phone discussion where everybody's yelling at me about how much I suck for liking my Apple phone. We all have biases. I like to think, all right, this is all semantics, but I think about opinion is not based on a whole heck of a lot. Opinion could be based on something, but generally, an opinion oftentimes is based on very little fact, very little experience. So what I'm resting on here, this is not the best system in the world. This may or may not be your favorite choice. You may not like NAD. You may think Yamaha is better or whatever. This is based on experience. I don't know how many thousands of systems I've actually, designed on my notepads, probably tens of thousands of systems over the years. I did sell and design home theater for people for 5 years. And so I've been fortunate enough to buy and try a lot of things. But ultimately, there's still a decision that needs to be made. Somebody has to decide what speakers you're going to listen to, what TV you're going to buy. I think specs are less important, like comparative specs are much less important than objective reality. I'm in a room, I listen to something, the specs don't matter much to me at that point. Anyway, this stuff I'm making decisions on is based on buying lots of stuff and then trusting my gut. I find my gut is useful because of all the playing with stuff over the years. This stuff isn't that important. As much as I love it, we can all live without an 83-inch OLED, that's for sure. So, and this Sanus bracket is the LL11-B1. It's $100 and something bucks, $120, $119. I think it was $118.76 or something like that. Cheap, simple, not great quality, but it's flush. And it's the slimmest, flattest bracket. Fits basically any size TV, and it's the way to go. So you can see how slim this bracket is. Okay, so the bottom of the TV is going to be 10 inches. Bottom of the TV 10 inches from the top of this. So that means I'll get some painter's tape. Cool thing is we got a perfect center line, bang, grout line. So I'm taping off where the top of bracket's gonna be. So from TV bottom to top of bracket is 21 5/16. Now there's a little lip on the front of the TV, from this piece here, but so I added that in. So, and I want this to be 10 inches because what we're gonna have is it's 2-inch reveal, 2-inch reveal. Because the speaker is, it'll be 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, 1 3/4 center channel. So I have 1 3/4 between the TV bottom and the center channel. So that's what I'm laying out here. Let's check these little guys out. This little bro. These are gonna park right here, nice and small. This receiver is a lot of money, but it is really good. And it looks so, especially when you lift it up, it's so underwhelming because it's, they're like little Class D chipsets rather than a big giant capacitors like a normal receiver would have. This thing is freaking sweet. You don't need any instructions, that's for babies. Yeah, it's gonna look amazing right there. So see the beautiful display. That's why I was okay with not knowing. So we'll have this little guy up here tucked in the corner. And this is gonna be sitting right over here on the edge. We'll hide all our wiring. We'll tie it up all nicely. Look beautiful. We'll tuck this back like this. And it's gonna sit right there. I like looking at this thing. It's gonna make people mad. I don't freaking care. I want to see it.
I just like how it touches it. This is so nice. And Vanna White.
Couple of Mormon tips. Always take the stupid stickers off. Another Mormon tip is don't be a hoarder. TV's going on the wall. It's never coming off the wall. Your TV is never going to come off the wall. Throw the foot away. Just throw it away. Otherwise, you're gonna have your attic clogged with all that bull crap. You don't need it, I'm telling you. So that's what it's gonna look like. This little guy, 10 bucks. Somebody sent this to me, sent a link of this to me a while back from my Apple TV remote. Take this little guy, take this thingy off. You don't need a wrist wrap for your remote control, but this makes it so that I don't normally like cases, but it just makes it a little bit more ergonomic for when I'm sitting watching TV. This is how you can tell I'm a borderline Gen X millennial, more on the Gen X side of things, because I sit there when I'm watching TV and just hold the remote the whole time. When I'm taking a nap on the couch, it's like sitting right next to my head. And so that is the one disappointing part about having this little baby remote. But once you get used to it, it's actually great. I like this remote a lot. I hated it at first from going from my Logitech Harmony, but now I use this button, these buttons. That's about it. It's always better to have it out in the open. That way, it'll never have any overheating issues. You'll be able to see the display. But just they couldn't get me the dimensions, and we were in a rush because of the wall. This was a 100% bet. The other was a 50-50 shot. And I didn't want to take that risk. So to be safer here, my subwoofers don't have XLR connection, and my receiver doesn't have XLR connection, but yet I ran XLR cables. They're just so much more durable and even though we're defeating the main purpose of the XLR with the grounding pin by putting an RCA adapter on it, it's just a safer bet because I'm running through the wall and I don't get a second chance. It has MDC modules, so modular connectivity. So you could always, if there's something new that comes out, they sell cards and modules that you can add on later if needed.
Oh, we're just installing some receptacles, Mike, some black ones, and then we're gonna work our way down, get all these installed so we can, I guess tile guy's coming on Thursday, so kind of get ahead of him wherever we can. And everybody wants this audio and video done. Yeah. So Matt couldn't sleep last night because it feels the pressure of everyone to get this done.
I'm done with tile. I don't care if tile's done. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I understand. I do.
What is that green wire not doing like that? I've never seen that.
Well, it makes the connection to the three that are coming in. You just leave one of them long, so you don't have, because you can't attach all three of these grounds to a single screw. So it's got a hole through it. It still attaches all the grounds together and leaves you a pigtail to tie to your receptacle. Does that make sense?
Yep. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, Mike. Anything for you.
Surge.
I am using the Surge, my favorite little tool there.
Your name should be Mike Surge.
It's a Schluter Scott Surge. Yeah, I did all these here. This one we need some longer screws, so Trevor's on his way back from Depot with ordered a bunch of stuff that he's picking up. Longer screws are part of that order. As you can see, these screws are about ½ an inch too short, so we'll save those for when it gets back. Nice thing, I like this. They ran 2 separate 20 amp circuits here. I'm not exactly sure why, but they sure did.
So we'll have this thing there. Don't see any wiring. Remember, there's going to be a wall right here too. You're not going to see behind there. That's going to look good. All right, so what we got, really simple. Connect to the LFE connection. So I ran my XLR, and then I have an XLR to RCA adapter, and then just power, simple power. And then we'll see. This will be in phase. So 0 degrees. It'll be on auto. We'll probably run it. I'll run it at THX standards, 80 hertz. And we'll just set our volume at mid-level, and we'll clean all that up in direct. So I've got to get some longer screws to put this in. I'm just using a blank clever plate as my little chase. And then when I tuck this up like this, nifty little subwoofer.
Anything to say, Mike?
No, Mike, I really don't.
Got nothing. No words.
No words, Mike.
Okay.
Just, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, just working through this stuff. I think I have, I think this is the last one. And then we're all powered up. Everything else is speaker, yes.
Is the pool pump broken?
Yeah.
I noticed yesterday that
It's been like this for a while. I bought myself a new hammer drill, Mike. SDS Plus. M18.
Good one.
Fuel, buddy. So, because we needed some longer bits, and they weren't available in the regular hex drive, or hex, this end being hex. So we're doing this. This will make drilling a little better.
I told you we're putting the force tank speaker on the wall. Because there's not a lot of bite, putting in more Tapcons than normal. So what we have is tile, cement board, furring strip, insulation, concrete block. So we're going all the way through to the concrete block. All right, I'm just getting my speaker wire set up. What I'm gonna do, I think, for me, I like clean wiring. And I know this isn't gonna make sense to any of you because it's all hindsight, what you're seeing now. But I didn't know what this stand was gonna be. I didn't know if I could fit anything in it. And because this is a tile wall, I don't have a choice. But I really don't like the wiring sitting up here like this. And so what I'm gonna do to solve this so that I can kick my receiver all the way back is we're gonna put a couple of furniture grommets right here and one right here. And we're gonna put a right angle plug on the receiver. And so I'm gonna connect, to the receiver, but I'm gonna run all the bulk wiring and tie it all up inside the cabinet here. So it'll make sense when I run everything down and then back up, and everything's gonna be nice and clean looking. If I could do it again, I would probably have put these, actually now that I think about it, what I should have done is run two holes. I probably should have set it up to where I had these holes here and those holes there, and then I could just use either one of them, but it's gonna work out. Improvise.
Made myself a little grilled Colby Jack, egg, and ham.
Very, oh my
Yeah, he's not ready to throw some things.
My washers are just a tiny bit too freaking small. God. Actually, it's on there pretty good.
Hey.
No. Don't look over here.
I'm trying to make sure he's not chickening out on our cold plunge agreement.
Yeah. No, he was the one who said he was going to do 2 o'clock. Let's go. Here, Mike, put this one on so I don't have to screw it up again.
Yeah, all right. I'll do it. You just get out of the way and I'll do it.
This one right here. Washer's a little small, so you have to get it perfect. Jeez.
So the speakers there, where are they?
They're in the boxes.
Okay, they're not installed yet.
It's like, wow, those are really small.
I was like, I don't think that's a vent, right?
Yeah, that's a vent. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to color match it to this tile.
Where are those speakers going?
Right here, vertically like this. This is the center
one,
channel.
yeah. Cool.
And then one there and one back there.
It's kind of like, don't you think it's weird that all these aren't facing up?
All the flats, the straight, yeah, they should all be clocked the same direction.
That would be next level.
Can you imagine if you were that obsessed where you had to do that? And you'd actually strip the screw out just because you want them straight?
If this was exposed, I bet he would do that.
Well, I do with all my receptacles, like the ones with screws that you can see, I always do that. That's kind of like a pet peeve, but these, luckily, you can't see the screws in here. So.
Just get...
Mormon.
I just need to go get bigger washers.
We got plenty of washers.
Yeah, I walked all the way over there. I got these, thinking they're perfect. Oh, this is perfect. It's just a little bit too small. Oh, Christ. I'm just getting different
Hey Matt, you know, you could use
just
just a regular Phillips and then you could ease them in a little bit.
Just fix it for me, Mike. For gosh sakes, you did that one, fix this one.
All right.
All right, it's cold plunge time. We're gonna take a little intermission. It's gonna be too warm for me.
Too warm?
Yeah.
It's too cold outside for this.
Yeah, you need to do some push-up or something.
You got a drying towel for me to dry off with?
No. I only have one towel.
I brought a Griot's PFM towel.
There you go, that's perfect. Okay.
That was easy.
I should have struggled more.
Yeah, it's gotta come up a little bit. They're not equal.
You want this up a little bit?
Yeah, there we go. All right, now, Mike, I need 2 holes. It's gotta be very precise.
They're 2-inch holes.
Yeah.
Precise is the name of my game.
Did we get a subwoofer, Matt?
2 of them. One right there
Subs?
and one over there, yeah.
Yeah. 2 little 9-inches. Right there. One right there, one right there.
I'm pre-wired for it, so that power is behind it and everything.
We ready? It should be the temp. Well, you just need to do it for 3 minutes. You just have to do it. 3 minutes.
You won't. The thing is, he says you won't die.
Well, 3
but I
minutes
don't
at
know if
50
I like
degrees.
Is there any danger or no?
No.
No danger.
Just heart attack.
It's 52. You're gonna get to cop out.
It's 62?
It's 52.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah. That's a good starting point. All right, so what I do, get in, go all the way, to your chin. I keep my hands out because your hands will go numb. So full body in, but don't kind of tiptoe and just get in. And you're gonna hyperventilate and just work on getting your breath back to baseline. Well, you'll see. You're about to find out.
Does it really?
Your breath just leaves you. It's kind of like getting punched in the stomach.
Okay, but what if you don't gotta go up to the neck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I feel like I've been in lakes that are this cold.
probably. Yeah. Yeah, the water's a little pollen-y here. I haven't put my head under this though, because that water looks a little suspect.
At the same time?
Yes.
No. You have to do it separately. There's not enough room.
Yeah, there is.
All right, so I'm
do it together separate.
gonna set the timer. I don't think you're gonna fit. You're too big. You're not gonna fit.
I said I'll go first if you don't want to go first.
Okay.
3 minutes. I'll set the timer. It's at 51.
All right, you go first.
All right. Let's go all 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I got the timer. This is not really fair. You have 20 people and 4 cameras watching you. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
All right. You ready?
All right. Yep.
All right.
Just don't hit the hoses.
Just like this?
Yep. Arms in. Just keep your hands.
I feel hyperventilating.
You got it.
This is awful.
Get your shoulders in.
That's pretty impressive. I don't think I can
That's
do that.
10 seconds.
That's 10 seconds.
Just hang in there.
You do this every morning?
Should I be moving?
Yeah, if you kind of move around that way. Otherwise, you'll get a thermal barrier. You just move every 30 seconds or so.
You guys are right. You'd fit in there, no problem.
The sun feels so good.
I should.
Where's my son?
I'm gonna shade
Oh,
you.
actually, no, the sun's over here. Okay, wait a minute.
I don't really want to do this with longer.
Honestly, no, just think about.
It's starting to hurt.
No, think about.
Yeah. Just fight through it. Fight through it.
Just look at the sun. We're in the desert.
That's pretty good though. You're doing well. I'm surprised.
45 seconds in.
No, that's not true. Not true. How long? How long do we have? How long?
1 minute.
We have 1 minute left.
Well, it was really 1:20 when I said 1 minute.
Okay, I appreciate that. That was good mental.
Yeah.
mental.
You're almost there.
It feels
Just think of
I'm
how
hot
great
over
you're gonna
there.
feel.
I'm gonna get in the shade.
Fingers are numb.
Your fingers aren't even in.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Put them in.
The rest of your body hurts.
30 seconds.
Is it really 30?
Yeah. Less than 30. 20 seconds.
It's not helping
10,
me out.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
I'm done. I'm out. Ooh, that was a lot.
Honestly, that's impressive. You guys did it. That's pretty good.
Now it feels warm out here though.
careful. The floor's gonna be really slippery.
Yeah. Don't bust your head.
Must be
So
nice.
now what I normally do is like, it's just you fight. You just kind of fight. Your body will fight its way back up to normal temp, and you'll burn 300 or 400 calories just from that.
But you're not supposed to feel your feet. That's normal.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel everything's just numb.
The hardest thing was the first minute. I just got this intense throbbing. Did you get that, Colette? Or is that like my injuries?
Yeah. So
A little bit, yeah.
what happens to me is that first minute and a half is the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, after that it wasn't bad. I wanted to
And you
out
get like
so bad.
pins and needles, right? And once you get through that minute and a half, you can fight the rest
If
of it.
there wasn't a bunch of people staring, I probably would have got out.
Yeah, the last minute was the easiest.
Am I? Not today. Not in that. That water doesn't look very appetizing, does it? I don't know. I'll do it someday. I'll do it. I'll see if I can make it happen.
Can we do a compound-wide cold plunge challenge? Also, that water's gonna be looking some type of way by the end of that.
Some type of
Well,
way.
I've got to dump it. Today's the last day, so I'm shipping it back to the
Oh,
guy.
you are?
Adam would have never made it all the way through if we weren't all there watching him. He was ready.
He was ready to bail
He was
early
starting
on.
to panic a little bit. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll hang the TV. Is there anything else we need to do as far as, do we need to shorten this for you?
Yeah.
I'm going back now. Custom install. Well, if you follow, this is the neutral. So I'm just following it all the way back to here. And this is going on the silver screw.
We need a.
What do you need?
Need a plugger.
The stripey's number one.
Yeah, I'll be standing right next to you, so it'll be fine.
Which one's
And I'm
one?
gonna plug this.
One is the blue.
Yeah.
One
The navy blue.
and two. Yep. So 1, 2. 1, 2. And here's the power plug. Take this off. If it's down here, then it's gonna get stuck. So we just need to get the white wire.
You're talking to the right Waba. She does all the construction at Mike's house.
All the repairs of the
She does. She does all the.
male Waba screw ups.
Waba's an artiste, not a construction worker.
And what am I? Just a.
You're a businessman.
Ah, there you go.
You're on the cord.
Yep. 1. Got it. Okay. Alley-oop that up top.
Shouldn't it come around this
That's
side?
fine. Where she has it, we can throw it up there after the fact. You can let go. No, I'm not on. You're on. Now I'm on. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Perfect. Actually, I could have plugged that in after the fact. Dang it.
It's a good exercise, though. Good job.
I'll tie this up. So that is the one advantage of the LG. So we do have this pocket here to put stuff. Whereas the Samsung, we didn't have that option.
Let's check that. That's you're at 10.5 there. It's probably got to go a ½ inch. No, 10.5.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's center. The little red light is right in the middle of the grout line. Yep, that's it.
This is like at least 50% of the reason why I decided to do this thing. The other 25% was the lights. All right. Got some holes in the cabinet. Just pretend you didn't see those. It'll all make sense in a minute here, hopefully. Or not. Or. All right, we can push this back, center it back up. We can mount the speakers.
It's
and then
10.5.
do my thingy.
You can do some pulling, I'll do some telling you when. 1/8 inch more. Oh, that's pretty close right there.
Pretty close or good?
Yeah, well, you're within a 32nd. You can stand them up on the styrofoam.
This is a big moment here.
It is, man. It's been, everybody has been looking for this, waiting for this moment since everybody got here.
Yeah.
I was trying to slow roll this because I feel like once this is done, he's gonna go home. Like this is it.
All right, we're good. See you guys.
Okay, I'm done. You finish up, Mike? All right, see you later. I got business to attend to. He knows what it's like now to be here alone on a weekend. It's like you're on an island by yourself. Yeah, you were really by yourself.
Saddened.
Yeah, you were.
Depressed.
Yeah, you had this idea that we were gonna do bro stuff, and I had to be gone.
No, bro stuff. You're asleep by 7 o'clock every night. So.
No, I'm not. Actually not. I'm watching Netflix. I just thought it would be weird if we watched Netflix together in the coach and because we only do it probably in your bed, I'm imagining is where you watch TV. I don't think that'd be too...
All right, now what?
Now we have to feel back there to know where we are. Let's see. Hang on.
Man, that's sick.
It looks like it's at a level though. There it is. Now it's level. Are you in on your key all the way? Your keyhole all
I
the way?
think so. That's pretty substantial. We'll decide if I'm gonna like it with or without the grill. So we could.
I think I like it better with it.
Yeah, yeah. We'll photograph
more
it both ways.
sophisticated.
Yep. Yeah, now I got something to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the excuse is I can't work. I have to break the TV.
I'm gonna be calibrating.
It needs viewing.
You're gonna be calibrating.
You have to be near it in order for it to properly calibrate. Has you got to go flip over?
Always. But if there's a wrong way to do
50-50
it,
chance, and you do it.
I'm always doing wrong. Yeah. So these are PSB, part of the Imagine series. So it has a titanium, I believe a titanium dome tweeter that's ferrofluid cooled with a waveguide. I normally hate the sound of metal domes.
It has a wave.
The waveguide helps to tone it down so it's not so darn bright.
Why are you smiling about it?
I just love his technical knowledge. He loves speakers. I mean, you can tell the man's been in love with speakers since he was in high school or something. All right.
All right. Now what?
He talks about speakers the way a lot of men talk about their wives.
I like speakers.
I know you do. It's good though. You're helping everybody else out. That's it.
That's freaking sweet. How's our height looking? I don't want to know if we're wrong.
Well, it looks pretty good to me.
That's
It's all the way down.
that's a substantial unit there, Mike.
Yeah, it is substantial.
Oh my God.
It's going to be a substantial sound experience, that's for sure. How soon before we just have to put that one in? You got to plug in
Yeah,
everything.
maybe an hour or so. Yeah, not too long.
I don't know. Everyone's been waiting.
Don't worry. You can go do some other stuff.
All right. I'm going to do some more mudding.
I could use me a baseboard right here to complete my look for my photos.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I know someone that could probably accomplish that. Now everyone wants the baseboard done.
There's a lot of weight on this wall.
Good thing we're in the block. It's so satisfying when you're all done. You get to peel the TV.
You know, the thing that will make this better is if these were floor standing speakers.
I know.
Where they have an actual cabinet.
I know.
But
The ones you have are awesome.
this is going to be still nice. I'm going to do a little polishing. Yeah, see, it would 100% look better if the speakers are smaller than the TV. That's why I wanted the PWM2s for the sides. If I was doing a PWM3 for the center and 2s for the sides, I just couldn't get them. Now, I'm going to find out if my calculations were correct.
What calculations are those?
This.
Oh.
Wire it up. Now, we haven't put the rears in yet, but you can at least turn on the front stage. So the key now is to try to make this all look pretty. I'm okay with seeing a little bit of wires as long as it looks like it's been managed. I love the simplicity of modern systems. We have all these freaking connections, and I'm going to use this one. That's it.
So I got 5 speaker wires, 2 subwoofer connections, and 1 HDMI, and that's it. So the reason why this wire is different, this was the existing wire over there that we pulled through and reused. All the others fresh, new 12 gauge that we made the home run on. So what I have, let me just put this in and I'll show you what we got here. So we have our right and left fronts. There's our center, right surround, left surround. So they're all corresponding, you can see them all labeled. And then I'm gonna take my these are my 2 subwoofer connections, subwoofer 1 and 2. It doesn't matter, it's a mono signal anyway. So we go sub 1. So you can see why I converted this to RCA. Ran the XLR through the wall, but then made an RCA connection. And then the last thing we'll do is I'll pull this out. I'll put this in, plug this in a second, but this, just to show you where this is gonna go. This is our HDMI, and so we go HDMI out. Even though we're not really going out, we're going HDMI out, which is input 1. I'll plug that in once I guess it worked there. And then this is going to go into Apple TV. And then this is our BlueOS module, which I'll plug into this USB connection right here, this way. So this will just park. I'll make it look pretty in here somehow. It'll just kind of park on the back, and we won't see any of this. It's going to look pretty. Here's my power connection, and this is going to go out Apple TV. Pretty simple, right? Power on, plug, 5 speaker connections, 2 subwoofer connections, our BlueOS module, and a single HDMI.
I feel like I lost a little of the modern feel by having a little too much. The speakers are too big. All right, people. It's not good. The speakers are too big. As much as I want to say it's good, the center channel looks great. I'm actually going to tonight, I'm going to put, these are the PWM ones. I'm going to put the PWM one, it's the same bracket, I'm going to put it in place, see what it looks like. And I at least want to listen to it first. And the freaking internet's down. I can't do squat till the internet connects because I need to do the software update and everything. So worst case, we need to do PWM ones. It just makes it look, I mean, this would be for maximum performance, but it looks terrible.
I wanted to like it.
I know, it's just too much. Well, in fairness, I was worried about how this would look being taller than the TV, but these were in stock and the PWM2s were not. And so I think what I'm gonna need to do is, I mean, I can leave it, I don't know what I need to do. I need to do something, and this ain't it. So anyway, tomorrow I'll have to sleep on it. I've made 50 calls to whoever I need to call, and I'll figure it out. But this ain't it.
Yeah.
Ain't it. It's gonna sound great. It doesn't look so great. Yeah, I'm gonna put the one on there and see what it looks like. Yep. PWM ones. I think the twos are still gonna be too big. That's it. I do them in black, get the whole modern vibe back. Looks beautiful. Well, good news is PWM ones are in stock. I know that for sure.
Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Way better, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do ones. The two will still look big. I mean, I'm not gonna do them in white, obviously, but.
I know, the ones look, you're thinking ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want the twos, but.
So the twos are what, another 4 inches bigger or what?
No, 12 inches, so 6 inches.
Per side.
Yeah.
Really? So they're almost as big as a TV.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
And it's not gonna look as imposing when I put the other speaker, you know, when I have the smaller speaker. It's not gonna look as crowded, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too.
All right, everyone, here's where we're at. I was just thinking about this. I mean, actually, I've been thinking about this all frickin' night. I got up super early, came in here, figured, 15 minutes, I'll just turn the system on, make it work. Well, it's 11:30? That was at 5 a.m. So I figured out this guy here is bad. When I plug in this guy, it drops off the network, drops off the app. But something else occurred to me while I was messing around with this stuff. I've been thinking about this part of the project, just like every other square inch of this place, for months and months, just sitting there obsessing over each detail. I sat here when there was a bare wall. There was nothing here, and it was before the bare wall was when we had their big wall unit in here. And then I stared at the bare wall, and then I drew the diagram I showed you yesterday, and then added it all up, and then figured out what would be a good system option. And I wanted to do in-wall speakers, couldn't do those, and so we got to do on-wall speakers, and then decided to do these. But there's got to be, 30 things, 40 things that had to go right on this wall. And I got 39 right. And so last night, you saw me sitting over there, and I'm like, let's just tear the whole wall out and start over. This is what obsession does to you. And then I was able to sit and think, well, there's got to be a better solution. And then the simplest solution occurred to me. Well, why don't I just get the smaller speakers that I had originally planned to do? So I want to continue to share the process with you all, and I'm not even going to look at the darn comments in this video because you guys are going to be yelling at me. But I'm confident in the outcome. But this is how this stuff goes. We don't get to oftentimes just pick 40 out of 40 correct and get it exactly correct right from the get-go. And so being as this is a pretty complicated thing to get everything correct, to have one or two things where I have to make an adjustments, find out that a piece doesn't work. I'm learning to live in this step-by-step process rather than freaking out at the final outcome and wanting to rip walls apart. So the PWM ones, when I put the white one there, looks great. I got this coming in as well, and we'll install the rears, and then we'll direct the system later when all the furniture and all that stuff is in. But just know this is part of life. I want to continue to show you the process rather than the result. Right? I mean, the easy thing to do would be to cut all this out and look like a genius. Aren't I great? Well, I am pretty great, but this is how it goes. This obsession, this process is, you got to get 40 out of 40 things, and you don't always get all 40 of them right. I mean, we literally, within a 32nd of an inch, got every single box, every tile, every speaker, everything perfect. Every outlet is in the right spot, everything functions. That's a gosh darn miracle. So we went from blank wall to wall of tile to blank canvas to then installing this stuff, and everything fits exactly as I'd planned, with the exception of the fact that I chose the speakers that were too big. And simple fix. That's the easiest fix we could have had. So if the outlet was in the wrong spot here, we would have been screwed. If the cabinet was in the wrong spot, would have been screwed. I'm going to put this thing back in, rewire it again, zip tie everything up, wipe everything down. We're going to wait till the very end of the project to take the cellophane off, and we can take a deep breath.
We're doing, Maddie's doing the speaker install.
I think I'm good. I forgot to take note of where the edge of the speaker was when I made I left the hole open over here. Oh. And I think it worked out.
It did? Okay. It's nothing about.
So I started doing it, and then I was so focused on where the hole was.
It's nothing 4 pounds of drywall mud can't fix.
Ooh. Just made it. Can you see that hole from over here?
No.
Nice.
Looks good. It kind of goes along with our sconces. That linear design,
Schluter.
Schluter sconces and Schluter speakers.
Yep.
Those speakers are by Schluter, correct?
Yep.
They're Schluter PSBs.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap until I get the replacement speakers. It sounds. It's so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it sounds
even
really
in
good.
this, without any furniture in this echoey environment, I haven't done any calibration, any tuning, or anything. It sounds really great.
It does sound really good.
The new version of the Imagine tweeters are amazing. These little woofers blow me away.
It's impressive. I was thinking today, you know, I don't know that I would need any more than this in my house. I'd be happy with this in the theater room.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
really great.
I know there's next level stuff, but this is pretty darn good.
Well, around the same money, you could buy a floor standing speaker and get more output from it than these. But this is basically as good as you can get from a wall mounting speaker for the the money that this costs. So I'm really, really impressed. So what I have to do, a couple of things. This piece here, I'm overnighting, so I probably won't have it till Monday. But if luck has it, I'll have it tomorrow if they got it out from Toronto today. The NAD receiver is going to stay right here. It's nice and clean. It'll look a little less ominous or a little less crowded when I get the smaller speaker. The other speaker is 24 inches instead of 48. So we're going to lose a little bit of stereo amplitude, but most of the viewing here is going to be theater anyway, where the center channel is doing the heavy lifting. Center channel will stay the same. I finished up the left surround, the right surround. We kind of stuck up there just temporarily until we do the tile wall, but it sounds great, and I can't wait to calibrate it, set it all up. TV looks great too, but that'll be calibrated. So I'll make sure to get your footage on doing the direct tuning when I do that. I'll make sure to get your footage on with John when he comes down and teaches us all about ISF calibration and why you might do it, talk about costs and timing and how long that takes. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased. And crisis averted. This is how it goes. Try to figure out how it, I think if it were me, I'd be really torn to keep it like this if it was my theater, or my family room, system. But it looks so much better with the smaller size speaker on the left and right. The TV, I'm telling you, I've had so many people come here and say, man, I've been watching all the videos. I thought this was like a giant cathedral. That's what it looks like on camera. In person, I'm telling you, just look at the tiles. These are 24 inches, 2, 4, 6, 8 feet. This is where we're gonna sit. This TV is giant. It's 83 inches, the biggest OLED other than the 98, but the 98's 30 Gs. We're not doing that. But stay tuned. I promise this is all going to come together. The beauty of this system, when I'm done with it, hold the button, everything turns off. One remote control with the little, neoprene little cover on my Apple remote. When I'm ready to listen, I just hit the button, everything turns on. It works every time. Adam doesn't have to call me and say, hey, how come this thing isn't working? Beautiful. Love it. We'll see you on the next video.
Like and subscribe.
By the way, we've gotten consistently 5,000 likes just because we're great.
That's good. Well, they should like. I mean, we got to think something new for Maddie to do that's uncomfortable. If he gets more likes. Well, I mean, this outside. I'm thinking. What was the last request? 20,000 likes. Outside. And
You guys can request all you want. I'm not taking part in any of this.
Man.
The only thing I'm taking part in right now is going to eat a steak
All right.
with some A1